All right, welcome to another episode of Key Biscayne Stories, where neighbors meet neighbors. Today, we have Mary Tague, the owner of Toy Town. Toy Town is celebrating 25 years of fun and bringing smiles and toys to the community. Mary has been around the Keys, been a Key Biscayne resident for 41 years. So Mary, thank you for joining us on the show to share your story. How are you?
Thank you for having me, Alejandro. Happy to be here. I'm doing great. Doing
So
really well.
that's awesome. So let's dive right in. Toy Town. I mean, I've been there. My sister's been there. My mom has bought toys there. Toy Town has been around for quite some time. And congratulations, 25 years is awesome. Thank you for your contribution to the community.
Yeah, we celebrated our 25th anniversary on April 1st of all days. That's when we bought it 25 years ago. It was an existing toy store. It was called Bristol's Toys that started in 1954. So it's been pretty embedded in the community for a long time. And a friend and I, Lauren Battle, bought the store from Bristol's 25 years ago. And then after 3 years, I bought Lauren out because she was still having children and she was too busy at home. So I've been the sole proprietor for 22 years.
So what's the funnest part of owning the toy store?
The funnest part, there's a lot of fun components, but I love, one of my biggest things is I love hiring kids, kids of legal age to work at the store. And I get to know them really well. They get to know me really well. I feel like I'm, a good mentor for them, and try and lead them in the direction of down the straight and narrow. And they have fun. We have fun. They bring a lot of spirit. The kids bring a lot of spirit to the toy store, as well as I have an amazing manager and amazing employees, Olivia. So we're a whole big happy family here. And the second component is I love kids. And it's a new day every day with the different customers that come in. And I love toys because I grew up in a family of 9. By the time they got down to me, number 7, there was no toys left. So I'm making up for a lost childhood.
I know that toys are designed by adults, so it's okay if you answer yes to my next question. Do you play with the toys?
Of course I do. Gotta know how to sell them. We all play.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
That's a big part too of what we do with the employees. That's how you learn the toys and the games and how you can sell them.
I guess it makes sense. It makes sense. You try the toys, you see them, you open them up, you see what the experience is like, you play with them, and that way you can tell a better story when parents ask you, "What do I buy for my kid's birthday?"
Yeah, exactly. So our toys are we're pretty much 0 to I want to say 12, but we have a lot of baby toys. That's one of my favorite things to shop for. And I'm a new grandmother now, so that makes it even that much more fun. So I always have Isabel in mind when I'm buying the baby toys. And then I have equal amounts for boys and girls. We have Lego for boys and girls, Lego. I've carried since we opened, and it's been continually my biggest seller for 25 years, which is, to me, is very refreshing in this day of electronics and iPads and the kids on their phone. Lego far surpasses any of the other brands that I carry by a lot. So the kids and Lego's the best because it's kids are learning without even realizing they're learning. They're learning patience, logic, engineering. You could go on and on. It's you were a Lego boy, weren't you, when you were growing up?
100%. I have boxes and boxes of Lego.
You probably still get them, right?
Well, I gave them to my sister. I think I flew them when I went to visit my sister in Texas, and I took all my Lego boxes that were under my bed. I told them I don't think I'll be having kids anytime soon. So in the meantime, here you go.
Oh, good. Yeah. You gotta share the wealth.
100%. Pre-podcast, you were telling me that you had gone to a toy buying fair or something like that?
Yeah, there's two toy shows that
Okay.
I go to. One's an annual show that they have at the Javits Center in New York every year in February. But the last 2 years, and now into the third year, they've canceled it because of COVID, and now they're moving it from February to September, but then they're not having it this September, they're having it next September. So I've missed the toy fair there because it's nothing but fun and games and playing, et cetera, and I get a lot of good ideas and bring home a lot of fun toys. But there's another organization that it's even, um no, I don't want to say better. It's different. It's called ASTRA. It's Association for Specialty Retail Toy Organizations, or I don't know what it all stands for, but it's for small independent toy stores. And
Got it.
they have their convention in June and at different location every year, which makes it a little bit more interesting. Last year it was in Minneapolis. This year it was in Long Beach, California, and I just got back from that. And the cool thing about Astra is they have it's informational and educational. They teach about the latest trends, about how to use social media, how to
Oh,
pop in TikTok, and they have for the first day they have several seminars going on, and you get a chance to talk to other toy store owners and share ideas and what toys worked for you and what toys didn't work for you, and it's I come away with a whole ideas about toys to carry that maybe I don't have in the store right now. And then they also, coupled with that, the day after all the seminars, they have a toy, like a toy fair set up. It's not nearly as big as Javits, but it's mainly things that I would be interested in. It's not massive. Toy fair is probably, um, you know, I'd say probably 20,000 square feet, and this little toy fair is 5,000 square feet. But it's all the things that I'm interested in. And then they bring speakers in, and I just really enjoyed it and learned a lot. And that's really my favorite show to go to, but I will be going to Javits again next year. So I have two toy shows a year. And again, from that, I come away with new ideas, new product, seeing new product, and that's how I buy my toys. And I also have reps that come and call on me a couple times a year and have their, they represent a lot of different vendors, so they introduce me to things as well. And
okay.
then buying the same things, that I've like, well, the Lego, Playmobil, Mattel, Barbies, but the board games. That's why I don't really end at 12. I go all the way up to 80, let's say, because all the board games appeal to every age, and then um, puzzles, especially during COVID. Puzzles and board games were big sellers, and that's for every age.
So, how would you say that the community? No, I want to say more like, how has your relationship with the community changed over time by having the store?
Well, it's really made me, to me, a big part of the community, because before the toy store, I was downtown working every day, and I really didn't even know the shops on the Key. I mean, I didn't know a lot of people. And since I've had the toy store, I've been so ingrained in the community and met a lot of amazing people and got involved in a lot of community events, involved with the Chamber of Commerce. I have been chairing the Winterfest committee with John Martin for the past 25 years, ever since I've had the toy store. It also was probably part of introducing me to the Key Biscayne Car Week. And I have met, a lot of amazing people and have become much more involved in Key Biscayne than I was when I was working downtown. I hardly ever leave the Key. So I patronize every restaurant here, every bar, every shop, and I feel really good to be a big part of Key Biscayne.
And you are at the store right now because I can hear some kids' voices
Oh
enjoying
yeah.
options.
Yeah. I have some little shoppers downstairs, but yeah, it's I'm upstairs in my if you want to call it an office, and
Command
my
center.
inventory command center, and where my inventory is. But Saturdays are a very busy day for us. A big part of our business is the birthday parties. I mean, it's people come in on their way to the birthday parties, pick up something quickly, and then head up to the oh my god, I think a dog's in here too again. And they would come on their way to the birthday parties. We wrap it quickly and send them on their way. So there as you know on the Key now there's 14,000 residents, and half of those are kids. I mean, we have so many kids on the Key. It's pretty tremendous. It's great.
So let's talk a little bit about you. How did you get to come to the Key?
Well, I used to be with a real estate development company, and I worked with them in Chicago, and we finished a high-rise building there. And I had the choice to be transferred to Columbus, Ohio, or Miami, Florida. So, coming from Chicago, I had enough of the winters, and yeah, exactly, Columbus, Ohio, Miami, Florida. So I transferred down to Miami, opened up the office, and we built the Southeast Financial Center
Okay.
downtown. My favorite building downtown is designed by Skidmore, Owings and Merrill out of San Francisco. Um, and that's when we finished that job. I met my husband down here, married him, so I was non-transferable to the next city, which I don't know what it even would have been. So I married my husband Brian, had my two kids, two girls who are now 33 and 34 years old, and took some time off work. And then when this toy store became available for sale, I bought it with Lauren, and that was 25 years ago. Rest is history. And that 25 years, I thought, oh, I'd jump into it for 5 years and maybe get back into commercial real estate. And 25 years later, it still seems like it's only been 5 years. It's been a lot of fun. It's opened up meeting a lot of people that I, normally that I would never have come across, and kind of ingrained me much more in the community than I would have been otherwise if I was still a downtown worker.
So going back to the store, you mentioned that Legos and board games were your best sellers. Still are your best sellers. What are other toys that are selling well?
Yeah, Lego, that definitely is our best seller. Like I said, for 25 years. Alongside Legos, we have Playmobil. We have a big section of uh, Barbie Barbie dolls, which is also a huge seller. Calico Critters. We have sports items, soccer balls, basketball, table tennis. Um, the creativity section is very big for both boys and girls. Educational, we carry books and science projects, which are great for both
Mm.
boys and girls. A lot of our items are both boy and girl, and then of course, yeah, some are boy only and some are girl only, but they kind of cross over in some areas.
So talking about toys, I remember back in my day, there were like these crazy trends sometimes of like toys, all of a sudden interest, like the little rubber bands with the animal shapes was one that came in and kind of
Yeah.
left fairly quickly. And the spinners, they came in as well, but I think I still see them around on social media sometimes. But how do you adapt to that? How does that happen? How does that work
Well,
for you in the store?
how well, again, my reps will let me know, but more so than that, my customers let me know. They'll come in and say, "Hey, do you have the latest trend was the poppers, which is like all the trendy items now seem to be the fidget things. Like you said, the spinner,
The
that was
spinner.
a fidget thing, and the poppers, and another thing is like the squish balls, like the everything's like
Tactile, like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, tactile. Thank you. That's the word that I was looking for. And those are still very prevalent. And like Pokemon, since I've had the store, has come and gone probably 5 times, and it's still really strong right now too.
Uh-huh.
Then we had the Tamagotchis and the another thing that I have not been able to keep in. As soon as I get it in, it flies out, is the slime lickers. It was
Slime
made,
lickers.
yeah, it's like a candy, but it was made popular by some kid going on TikTok with it, and and that's now that's what popularizes some of the trendy toys. And then another thing is they were LOLs, like the random items that it's a surprise box. You open it up and you don't know what you're gonna get of some figure, with little clothes. That was the LOL, and then a lot of other vendors also followed suit with the surprise random packaging that they didn't know what was gonna be inside. So then they have to collect them all, and they may have duplicates, and then they trade the duplicates with their
Mm.
friends, as the same with Pokemon. You probably remember Pokemon.
Yeah, yeah, I had my Pokemon for sure, the cards. And then, of course, like you said, it went away, but then it came back with the app and then the new feature, the new generation of Pokemon. There's people on TikTok. Okay, I don't know if you've seen this, but they grab cards, like the packets, and then the guy goes, "Do I cut it or do I open it?" Right? So this is thing. He goes live and he has
Yeah.
cards of Pokemon, and then the audience will be like, "Oh, cut it open," and then he makes a decision, and he cuts the entire deck, opens it up, and he shows you what he destroyed. And if it doesn't, if he opens it, then he'll go through it, celebrating it until if he reveals, if he gets a card that he doesn't have already, it's also like a little celebration.
Wow.
But
No, I
I
have not
couldn't believe it. I couldn't
seen
believe it.
TikTok.
I
Yeah,
couldn't believe it. But yeah, like you mentioned, I'm sure social media has a great, I mean, you've demonstrated that social media has a huge impact on the demand for toys.
yeah, yeah. Most definitely. And it's usually that creates the trends these days, is TikTok and Instagram.
So, like any business, like any entrepreneur, I'm sure you have a team. Tell us a little about your team.
My team is really what makes up Toy Town. I have a manager, Michelle, who's been with me for 13 years. I could leave the toy store for a year, and it would run just fine with Michelle. She actually is more Toy Town than me. She does everything. And then I also have Olivia, who is fantastic. She's been with me for 3 years. And then the kids that work for me now, William, who's been with me. I probably shouldn't tell you because I may have hired him a little underage. He'd been begging me for a job since he was 6 years old.
Internship. It was an
Customer.
internship.
Yeah, exactly.
It was an internship.
Yeah, and then I have somebody who just started, Diego, who is working out really well. And like I've said at the beginning of the intro, when we started, that I part of the joy of having Toy Town is the employees that I have and the impact that they make on me, and the impact that I make on them. So they've told me. I actually want to read you this letter that one of my employees, Freddie, wrote. He had a 21st birthday party for himself, and he invited all people that had made an impact on his life. And then he had notes underneath the chairs to for each individual who had an
Oh,
impact
wow.
on
Yeah, please.
who he is today or whatever. So I just want. I mean, this is so special to me. Wait a minute, let me clean up. The, but it really made it all worthwhile. It says, "Dear Mary, when I decided to put this celebration together, which was his 21st birthday party, you were one of the first people that came into mind because you unknowingly impacted my life in one of the biggest ways. Over 10 years ago, you made a choice to hire me as an employee of yours. And during my time at Toy Town, you started to give me responsibilities that most teens my age would never dream of having. You trusted me, which became a very big lesson for me in my work ethic, which I have applied till this day in everything I do. show others that you can be trusted with anything so that no one will ever doubt your professionalism or your moral character. I look back fondly at those days. They were good times and good memories, and I thank you for providing such an amazing work environment and setting a standard which I carry with me through my adulthood. Much love.
Awesome. See, sometimes we don't know how we impact people throughout our lives, you know? And it's
Exactly.
beautiful you had an opportunity to have that letter and have that individual to recognize you in that way. So it's
Yeah.
awesome.
They
And
make
have
as big an impact on me as I apparently do on them. So makes me
awesome.
happy.
Well, Mary, this has been awesome. Thank you for jumping on Key Biscayne Story to tell us a story about Toy Town. And congratulations. And it's amazing 25 years again. So we're all celebrating with you.
Okay, and I just want everybody, you need to come to forgot to mention my annual Christmas party that,
Yes.
so keep posted for that. Santa Claus comes and the fire engine, and we have a great time.
Let us know when. Give us the flyers, and I'll start sharing it whenever that time comes. I'll be happy to spread the word as well.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Alejandro. Good to see you again.